Halalan ngayong 2022. Mainit na pinag-uusapan ang mga kandidato na tatakbo ngayong halalan. Panoorin natin.
Campaigning for the presidential race has started in the Philippines this week, and the main candidates to replace outgoing President Rodrigo Duterte include everyone from a boxing legend to the son of the former dictator. And Duterte's daughter is also running for vice president. It's going to be a wild election season. Voters go to the polls on May 9th.
6 years from the last presidential election cycle, the 3-month-long campaign season has arrived. The main event is that race for president and separately elected vice president. And while a world-renowned boxer is in the mix, the guy drawing the crowds of a rock star is a politician, Ferdinand Marcos. If that name rings a bell, it should. Marcos is the son and namesake of the Philippines' former dictator, who toppled a stable democratic government in 1972 and imposed martial law. Ferdinand Jr. is known as Bong Bong and finds much support from younger people born after Ferdinand Sr.'s dictatorship. There is no Filipino who's not in need of help, which is why we all need to come together. Standing at the side of Ferdinand Marcos Jr., another big name in Filipino politics, Sara Duterte, a vice presidential candidate who is the daughter of the present president, often critical of her father while backing Marcos.
The kind of experience we need, not only to sustain the growth and development spurred by the current administration, but also to bring a more prosperous future.
Running a distant second in the race for president is the current vice president, but also opposition leader Lene Robredo, the only female candidate for president after becoming one of Rodrigo Duterte's staunchest critics. Nothing can match our combined strength. So let's go and win this. If winning on physical strength mattered, former boxer Manny Pacquiao would be the clear frontrunner. A national sporting hero, he is much loved for coming from humble beginnings to reign as world champion before turning to politics to become a congressman, then senator. It's not my fight alone, but the fight of every Filipino. The Philippine economy will be a focus in the campaign, an economy hit hard by the pandemic. Corruption in public office is another topic of interest, and China's military presence in the waters separating it and the Philippines. But those issues may well take a back seat to personalities in the next 3 months and political dynasties.
We might have expected that the facts that the Ferdinand Marcos Sr., the progenitor, the former dictator, holds the Guinness World Record for the greatest robbery of a government in the world. That's not very clear to many Filipinos, apparently. And then the machinery of the Marcoses, especially with the help of social media, they have just politician, and it was a surprise that she ran in partner with Marcos. But then many observers here say that it has helped Marcos very much in that it changed many Filipinos' perception of him that, oh, suddenly the Marcoses are okay. Maybe the Marcos weren't as bad as they were framed up to be. It was to remove the term limits to allow himself to run for re-election. That did not work out because the Senate stamped out the effort early on. So now we see his daughter, Sara Duterte, running for vice president. She had been expected to run for president, but given the alliance with the Marcoses, it wouldn't have looked well if she, Sara Duterte, and Bongbong Marcos.
Si Ferdinand Marcos Jr. ay isa sa tumatakbo bilang Pangulo ngayong papalapit na halalan. Siya ay pinangalanang Bongbong Marcos o mas kilala nating BBM, na 64 taong gulang na ipinanganak noong Setyembre 13, 1957. Anak ng dating diktador na si Ferdinand Marcos Sr. na nagpatupad ng martial law sa taong 1972. Si Sara Duterte naman ay mas kilala nating Inday Sara, anak ng ating kasalukuyang Pangulo ngayon na si Presidente Rodrigo Roa Duterte. 43 taong gulang na ipinanganak noong Mayo 31, 1978, na tumatakbo ngayong Vice Presidente ni Bongbong Marcos. Si Maria Leonor G. Robredo na mas kilala natin bilang Lene Robredo, 56 taong gulang na isinilang noong Abril 23, 1965. Isang Pilipinang abogado, politiko at aktivista na kasalukuyang nanungkulan bilang Vice Presidente, na tumatakbo ngayong presidente pagkatapos ng kanyang akusasyon. Si Emmanuel Manny da Pedran Pacquiao na mas kilala natin bilang Manny Pacquiao o Pacman. Siya ay 43 taong gulang na isinilang noong Disyembre 17, 1978. Isang Pilipinong profesional na boksingero at kasalukuyang nanungkulan bilang senador. Ngayon ay tumatakbo siya bilang Pangulo ng Pilipinas. At si Francisco Moreno Damagoso naman ay mas kilala nating Esco Moreno o Yorme. Siya ay 46 taong gulang na ipinanganak noong Oktubre 24, 1974. Isang sikat na Pilipinong politiko, aktor at mananakop sa mundo ng social media. At marami na din siyang social platforms, lalo na sa YouTube. Bilang karagdagan, siya ay kasalukuyang naglilingkod sa lungsod ng Maynila bilang kanilang ika-22 alkalde mula pa noong 2019. At ngayon ay tatakbo bilang Pangulo ngayong papalapit na halalan. Marami nang nagdaan na halalan sa ating bansa at ngayon ay papalapit na naman ang eleksyon. Karamihan sa atin ay naghahangad pa rin ng pagbabago sa ating bansa. Kung tayo nga ay tunay na naghahangad ng pagbabago, tulungan natin itong iangat at imulat ang ating mga mata sa taong karapat-dapat na ating iboto. Dahil nasa ating mga kamay nakasalalay ang kinabukasan ng ating bansa sa pamamagitan ng ating pagboto. Yan lamang po.